Real Madrid's summer reshuffle started with a headline nobody expected. A young, towering centre-back stepped into the Bernabeu plans and instantly altered the conversation. Dean Huijsen's move forced a new reality. The club no longer simply patches holes, it builds a defensive identity around a player who can marshal space, command aerial duels and play calmly out from the back. That change has one obvious next step, finding a partner who complements those qualities, someone who brings experience and presence while fitting into Xabi Alonso's precise tactical demands. The three names that keep appearing in Madrid's meetings are distinct but complementary: Ibrahima Konaté, Marc Guéhi and William Saliba, and each would tell a different story about how Madrid want to defend next season. Konaté brings immediate muscle and Champions League experience. He's a player proven at the highest level, comfortable in intense match rhythms, and able to dominate the penalty area. If Madrid land Konaté, it signals readiness to pair youth with tested aggression, to rely on physical tools that can silence the most dangerous forwards in Europe. Guéhi offers another kind of appeal: leadership temperament, a brain for simple, effective defending, and the kind of consistency coaches prize. He's the kind of signing that stabilizes a backline, tends the younger talents, and makes complicated systems easier by doing the basics brilliantly. For a manager like Alonso, who prizes structure and controlled progress from defense, a Guéhi type would be a pragmatic, high-value answer, perhaps cheaper in transfer terms, but rich in day-to-day reliability. Then there's Saliba, the profile every elite club quietly admires: elite timing, graceful defensive reads and an aura that lifts the whole line. Saliba is a long-term solution who can dominate possession-based build-up as well as stand tall in physical duels. The obstacle, of course, is convincing his current club and the player himself that a move is the right next chapter. Each name would change Madrid's defensive chemistry in a different way. Konaté would give immediate bite and aerial authority, Guéhi would add discipline and consistency, Saliba would elevate technique and ball progression. Behind these options is a concrete tactical problem. Xabi Alonso likes to control the midfield and initiate attacks from deep, which means his centre-backs must be both confident on the ball and ruthless when required. Huijsen's arrival suggests Madrid want a blend, someone who can pair with his youth and height, someone whose decision-making complements rather than mirrors his. That's why the shortlist makes sense. It's not random chasing of big names, it's an attempt to sculpt a pairing that solves real present season needs. The transfer realities complicate matters. Contract timelines, release clauses, and competing offers from Premier League rivals, or even clubs inside Spain and France, mean Madrid must be nimble and decisive. There's also the human element, player preference, family considerations, and the lure of different projects, factors that often matter as much as money. For Real Madrid to win this race, they need to marry timing with persuasion, a timely offer, a clear footballing plan under Alonso, and the promise of immediate involvement next pre-season. That is the kind of pitch that tempts even the most settled defender. What's at stake goes beyond one pairing. It's about a defensive philosophy that could define Madrid's next era. If the club chooses brute force and experience, you see a Madrid prepared for knockout battles and physical contests. If it chooses a leader like Guéhi, you get steadiness and fewer surprises. And if it convinces someone like Saliba, you commit to a technically dominant backline that starts attacks and controls games. For fans, the choice will shape how the team looks in big matches, which strikers will be neutralised, and whether Madrid can sleep easy against the elite forwards of Europe. The coming weeks will be critical. Negotiations, whispers and decisive calls will set the narrative, and every fan should watch closely because this is one of those transfer stories that actually changes how the team plays. In the end, pairing a young giant with the right senior partner could be the smartest, quietest statement Madrid makes this summer. Not flash signings or headline-grabbing fees, but the kind of strategic reinforcement that wins titles. Keep your eyes on those three names. Whichever one lands next to Huijsen will tell you in one move what kind of Real Madrid is being built.